Platforming fascists. Hey, Sam, like the caller said, you have changed so many minds by your just open attitude and consistent, inspiring coverage of issues that matter. Your maturity is lacking in so many... I thought you were going to say influencers and progressives today on YouTube and Twitch. Example, Hasan Piker has a hard-on for inviting Kanye into his podcast, and he might be participating in a so-called debate on a Twitch stream. He even went against his own community to say he would 100% platform Kanye because he will push back on Kanye. Why can't he get his ego out and realize how bad such platforming is? I mean, I don't know that I would have Kanye on, only because I think he's got some mental issues, and
you have to familiarize yourself with like his output too, because you don't really know who he is.
Yeah, well, I know. You're asking me.
You're a little bit outside of culture, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh yes, okay. That's also another thing. But I'm saying generically speaking,
right?
But
do you know a Kanye song, Sam?
Do I know a Kanye song?
Yeah.
Well, I know that he sings.
Can you name one? Just try.
No, but to be fair, wait a second. To be fair, I can't tell you how many times I have listened to the album Loaded by the Velvet Underground, and I don't know that I could name, I can't name more than 2 songs on that album, but I can tell you exactly the note that's going to be hit when the song ends. That's not something I ever have spent my limited brain power on.
Okay.
So there's that.
Okay.
Okay? So it's not a question of Kanye as much as my inability to know song names. But getting to the point at hand, I think there's a difference between platforming somebody and platforming somebody to criticize what they're doing. I think the net impact is very, very different. In fact, I think it's important to do the latter. You know, everybody was like, years ago, they were like, don't magnify Rush Limbaugh. All you're doing is helping him. But the fact of the matter is, like, you had tens of millions of Americans who are listening to him without any pushback whatsoever for over a decade. That's not good.
It's also a good policy to say that you'll basically have everybody on, because then it's just so much more effective to talk when we just highlight how Prager or Crowder refuse to engage in conversation, because so much of their branding is like, the left won't debate me, the left won't debate me, the left won't debate me. And that's just, not the case. Kanye in particular, though, like, I agree with you, Sam. It's just, he's going through something personally, and he's kind of, I don't know. He's not a politician or a political figure, although I guess he is kind of acting as one now. So that's a tougher case than I think maybe the IMer is indicating.
Aaron is not cool. How well did pushing back on Kanye go for the friendly Tim Pool? Well,
he didn't actually do it that well.
Well, first off, I would say
those are different motivations.
Well, yes. Tim Pool has a different audience. Tim Pool, to the extent that he pushed back on Kanye, I think it actually was good in creating an issue for Kanye. I think that was a helpful insofar as it began to sort of like isolate Kanye and make Kanye's, what he was spouting, look worse. Frankly, I mean, it's not like Kanye was, it wasn't like, Tucker Carlson where Kanye gets on and like cut around everything that might be, sort of controversial, and they raise this guy's platform. I mean, but also Tim Pool is coming at it from a very different place than I would, but I don't think it's as effective for Kanye. But in general, that's my attitude towards these things.